But to look your enemy in the eye, knowing you'll remember his face for the rest of your life, now that takes a stomach much stronger than you'll ever have.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our Star Trek Armada 3 Let's Play. Having looked at the situation that we're in, I think this might be the final episode, and I think given all the likes and shares that you guys have done, all the comments, all the just fantastic support that this series has had, I'm going to make this one an hour special for you. I'm sorry that I haven't uploaded for the last couple of days. Unfortunately, I haven't been in the right zone to do so. And as such, I feel that it's a good rule that if you're not feeling your best, it's better not to record, because I think it comes through in the recording. So I decided not to engage in any recording there, and instead I concentrated on just doing a lot of things that needed doing outside of gameplay, and also I've been playing a bit of Rust on the side as well, just to do something for fun, really. As you know, I don't really upload a lot of Rust to the channel, but it is a game that I enjoy immensely. Right. Well, we know the situation that we're in. We are absolutely crushing both sets of Cardassians now. It may be that we manage to end this episode today. We will see. Folks, I've also, on my YouTube community tab, you can go there by clicking on my channel, and then there's a little community tab that you can go to. I've been running a little poll as to what series to run next as a primary Sins series. I know you guys like Sins, so that's something that's going to stay as a fair staple on my channel. And it looks like it's going to be Star Wars Ascendancy for the next one. I'm going to stick another poll in there, now that we've ascertained that we're playing Star Wars Ascendancy. I'd love it if you check that poll out in the community tab, and cast your vote as to which faction I'm going to play in Ascendancy. There are quite a few nice, fun options, so I'm hoping that you guys will utilise that little community tab there and tell me which faction you think I would like to play. Could be quite good fun. Could be very good fun. Right, without further ado, I reckon we should continue our pacification spree.
Prepare the docking bays.
Got that nice Shaddai symbiotic AI. I think, how many refineries have you got over here? You got 2 or 3, you've got one on the build, so...
Station complete.
Station complete. Make sure that I can't build anything else. Wouldn't do to hamstring myself, would it? And our boys are going to finish off everything here. Penryn is going in to colonize CS-125. And as you can see, the fleet is doing what must be done. Oh, hello.
Colonization was successful.
Looks like Goralis is still
Warp signatures
quite
detected.
contended. We have colonized over here, which is lovely.
Unable to comply.
Let's get this all upgraded.
Unable to comply.
And while we're here upgrading things, it might be a nice thing for us to do
Our
to
planet is under attack.
grab a construction ship so we can build a new station. Traverse is still under attack. Gul Damar is messing about over there,
All sections
just
ready.
generally causing a little bit of a nuisance. Thanks, Gul. And we can, of course, grab some refineries here.
Standing by.
Good little connection point to 3 other worlds. Alright, let's finish off that AR-52 comm array, and then we will be hot to trot, as they say.
Station complete. Station
And
complete.
over here, do you already have your building capacity? You don't really, do you? Maybe it's better that we forget about building it here,
Enemy engaged.
and perhaps build over here. Because we do have our building capacity here. Looks like there's a great big fleet going to Goralis. That is going to be our next defensive point, seemingly.
Construction is complete.
But it does mean that the enemies are concentrating on all the wrong places. All the wrong places.
Standing by.
Okay, fleet. Now, somebody pointed out that part of the reason that my fleet is moving so slowly is because I've got these Indatars and I've got the Cutlass frigates, I've got the Macan heavy raiders in there. You're absolutely right, my fleet would move faster without those. So do be aware of that if you are playing yourselves, folks. If you are playing what I suppose we would call a concurrent series. That's why. Let's get to Regulac. That's the enemies, the Yellow's new capital. That looks to be our tug. It is. Let's get him pushed forward. Looks like our enemies are going in a different direction anyway, so that's not bad for us. We will build a station here. And we'll get some defences up surrounding it. Usual formation always seems to work at the moment. I think on this one we might actually build some Sol defence stations. They're always nice. There we go, and right click there to get everything built auto. Golden cuts.
Station complete.
Now is your time.
Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.
You're a resilient sausage though, aren't you? There he goes. Get out of here. There he goes. Lovely. Let's make sure that Trivus doesn't need any new defences. No, it doesn't. It's absolutely fine as is. Any upgrades that need doing here? No. No, no, no. Looking for a more relaxed music this time. I hope you like it.
Acknowledge, Starfleet.
Here comes my C-75B tug. That's going to secure that area. Bajor is, of course, secured. It's got the Menthal logistics cache, which is lovely. I've been asked by the developers of Dawn of the Reapers to remind you that a new version is out. Do check out Dawn of the Reapers. You can do a Google search for that, and of course, you'll be able to find that quite easily. Dawn of the Reapers is another Sins mod, excellent Sins mod based on the Mass Effect universe. It's really fun. You should go and check it out if you can. Ooh, looks like this Regulac is broken. Yeah, the First Order is definitely broken now. I think if we finish Regulac and indeed we finish Olmerac, maybe Pretoria, but I think Pretoria might be owned by the Purples.
Red alert.
We're in for a good time. Enemy vessels engaged. We under attack anywhere? Looks like there is a small raiding fleet coming in to Cardassia. Sorry lads, it's too late. It's too late! But why don't we continue our little harassing efforts? Let's click on FS47 if it lets us. Squeeze me? There we are.
Red alert.
Oh, hello. There they are. As I have been doing for quite some time, let's utilise the Thaleron detonation, wipe out the population on that planet, and I think it might behoove us now to get the targeting and engines.
Our planet is under attack.
Or engine boost. Yeah, it's an engine boost. And we'll also take a quick look at Garalis, see what's over here,
Red alert. Enemy vessels
and we'll destroy a station, just out of spite really more than anything else. Let's get rid of that Union Doctrine Centre. Are we going to be able to survive in Trivus? Ooh, lag. Well, that's debatable, isn't it? We'll see. I'm going to let what happens happen. Come on, fleet. Let's be having you. Do we have anybody else that we can utilise? Not at the moment. Zeppelite is, of course, still in the throes of not doing anything useful. I feel that I had a ambassador somewhere.
activated.
No?
Acknowledge, Starfleet.
Maybe I got my ambassador killed.
Acknowledge, Starfleet.
Warp signatures detected.
Maybe I did, yeah.
Squadron reporting.
Well, that's just disappointing of me, isn't it? Let's take a look and see how these attacks are progressing. Fairly satisfied that that's not too dangerous a fleet. Let's take a look at the one over here at Trevis. Trevis fleet is not that dangerous either. They seem to have foregone their usual complement of lots and lots of Dahiels. Oh, there are a few here, which is perhaps not ideal. Let's see if they've taken out any of our defences here. They haven't here. And they haven't here either, surprisingly. Okay. I think both stations are going to be okay.
Combat landings authorized.
Combat landings authorised. Right. I'm afraid, Regulac, that now is your time. Those of you who can, attack the planet exclusively. Let's not mess about. Let's not play with our food, folks.
Prepare the colonists.
Send our Penryn over.
New heading.
Seems there's a bit of an odd fight going on over here as well in the nebula. It's a cerulean nebula. When you zoom into them, they're quite nice. I do like cerulean nebulas. The Badlands are quite pretty as well. I don't know if I've showed you these.
Bring us about.
Fortunately, we don't have one of those fully able to be seen at the moment. What do we have that we can utilise in order to let us see that? Oh, here we are. We'll use this little sausage here and cover this gravity well for a while. Does that work? This, please. No, you're not going to work. Well, we can kind of broadly speaking see it from here. Look at that! Isn't that nice? Another excellent effect made by Max.
Complete.
Does like playing with his particle editor. Health is fine. I think we're okay over here. And if we're not, we're not.
Acknowledge, Starfleet.
Enemy world slowly dies. Travis, we've already beaten them at Travis. But Cardassia itself, they do seem to be launching quite a reasonable offensive in order to try and take it back. Just not a very effective one. We have lost one of our Nolan-type repair docks. But the health is still high.
Is under attack.
Health is still very high. There's poor Coolinor. Why do you maintain the attack even though you know you've lost? Oh, Rekla, you have been reckless.
Station complete.
Poor sausage. Regulic has fallen.
Waiting orders.
Warp signatures detected.
Oh my,
Increase
run.
power to engines.
Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.
So there's a lot of random enemy vessels. We've got some Ferengi coming in. We've got Idril coming in. We've got Sheliak, which are using Kessok cruisers. Interesting. Coming in. And we have
Station
more Idril.
complete.
Blimey, okay. And of course the First Order are sending some relief ships, which are
Prepare the colonists.
never going to make
Bring
it
us
to where they're
about.
intended. But what we need to do is we need to destroy these Union Doctrine centres. Once we have destroyed those, there they go. You will find that our culture starts flooding this way. There it is. And as soon as we have the culture, we have the planet.
Be ready for anything.
The enemy are weak. They are broken. Are they actually dead yet? No? There goes one of their doctrine centres. Oh, hello, what's going on? Oh. I'm not worried. Are you worried? I'm not.
Warp signature.
Let's get all this up quickly. Very good.
Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.
Prep all systems.
And I suspect that we've now got enough culture to take Regulac for ourselves, yes? Culture being produced at 6.7 a second. We'll find our culture floods this way from here.
Was successful.
Yes, you are mine, Regulac. Well done.
Unable to comply. Unable to comply.
Not sure why I'm congratulating it for being owned by me now.
Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.
As always, we must do what we can. Defense-wise, Regulac's quite behind the lines, so I question whether we actually need any further defences, but we'll build them anyway. Well, it's nice to have your little trio of repair docks, isn't it? And these, of course, they help defend from enemy fighters. There we are. Excellent.
Station complete.
Over here, we will build a construction tug. It looks like the purples are trying to get over to Regulac in order to try and
Construction is
stop
complete.
the siege. Is that what's happening here? What are you doing, you silly sausages? There's the C-75B. Let's take it to Regulac, and we will pop a station right about... yeah.
Prepare the colonists.
Let's get the Penryn class out of the way. I don't want it to die. Our hero, the Penryn. Over here, these are just simple planetary defenders, planetary attackers, rampant militia, as they are now called.
Prepare the docking.
Let us not concern ourselves for the rampant militia. I really like the Idril weapons. It's something that we don't concentrate on very often. Oh, hello, that's a lot of mini-quantums. And here comes the fleet. More torpedoes than our enemies' bodies have room for. Something bizarre is going on here. We're going to let that happen.
Standing by.
Fleet,
New head.
push to Almarak. So, folks, over the last couple of days,
Station complete.
Notre Dame has very unfortunately burnt down,
Enemy
or at least in part burnt down, been severely damaged by fire, I should probably say, which is a crying shame. And I've been watching some of the news coverage on that, and I gather that somewhere in the region of 100 billion has been donated by various high-profile billionaires in order to rectify it. And I, because I'm a bit of a masochist, I had a look on Facebook in the aftermath of it, and something that I feel is perhaps a good point was made.
Engage engines.
A while ago now, we had an unmitigated disaster in the form of Grenfell. Many of you may not know about it if you're not British, but Grenfell Tower was a large, I suppose you might call it a skyscraper, but it was a very large, tall building with lots of residents in it. Most of said residences were either social housing or low-income housing. In the heart of London, and 2 years on, it's been about 2 years. 2 years on, most of the former occupants of Grenfell Tower, after it burnt down, are still in temporary accommodation, and they haven't been found new accommodation. And it was pointed out by somebody on Facebook. I can't remember who it was, unfortunately. That where are the billionaires during disasters like that? And I think that's a very good point,
Station complete.
and one that's well made. The billionaires that we do have are happy to solve high-profile artistic problems, and yet they don't seem nearly as interested in protecting the fabric of our society, and indeed the poorest in our society, and I think that's a crying shame.
Station complete.
Anyway, we'll segue back out of that because that's all I really want to say. I don't want to make too much political commentary on this channel. It's not really my... not the be-all and end-all of my channel. I segue into it occasionally, but it's certainly not one of my primary forms of interest for the channel. I do quite like politics, though. I am very interested in politics, and I'm quite active in trying to learn about what I can and trying to understand, as I say, trying to understand the fabric of our society in the best way that I possibly can. That's something that you guys are interested in? Let me know. Are you interested in politics? And
Bring us about. All sections report.
would you like to hear more discussed about politics? Not necessarily on this channel.
Station complete.
But I have considered making a second channel that deals with kind of real life events and politics and things like that. Is that something that you guys would have any interest in?
Increase power to engines.
Awaiting orders.
Yes.
As I say, I don't think it has a home here. This is a gaming channel, very much a gaming channel, so it wouldn't fit here, but may do elsewhere in my repertoire.
All sections ready.
Almanac has fallen to the enemy. We will then go to Pretoria. Queenor, of course. Let's grab a Surak envoy. We'll also grab a construction ship. That Surak envoy, we might be able to get the Obsidian Order on side. That would be nice. Ooh, I think it's time for a sip of coffee.
Mission was successful.
Now, of course, this hour special is outside our usual hour specials. Under normal circumstances, I would have asked for 100 likes during the course of this episode in order to have an hour episode next episode. But the fact of the matter is, given the situation we're in the galaxy, I have a feeling that perhaps an hour special next episode is going to be surplus to requirements. So I thought you've supported the series so incredibly well so far that it was a fair bet that it would have received 100 likes, and as such, perhaps it was fair to do it this episode. We done everything that we need to here? Yes, of course we have. Of course we have! We're not just any Cardassians. We're not Cardassians at all. We're the Federation. And the Federation always pays its debt. Hang on.
Unable to build.
Oh, speaking of always paying our debts,
Prepare the docking bays.
have
Station.
all of you watched the latest episode of Game of Thrones? It's back on our screens again. To the great joy of some, but to the absolute disgust of others, no doubt.
Station complete.
Right, let's get... Oh, I've pressed
Station
the wrong little man. There he is. You're just a construction tug.
Standing by.
That's not what you're supposed to do. Why don't you
Enemy
get over
engaged.
here? And did we suggest we wanted to build a construction tug? Well, my, that's interesting. I thought I had.
Station complete. Station complete.
Or did I do it over here or something silly? Hello, construction tug.
Station complete.
Do I have to build another one?
Station.
I'm not sure that's what I want to do.
Station
Oh
complete.
no, I must have built another one, look, because we
Status report.
Station complete. Station complete.
Come on, fighters. Let's get you built. Absolutely convinced that I asked for another construction tug to be built.
Unable to comply.
How bizarre.
Acknowledge Starfleet. Alter course.
Acknowledge Starfleet.
Well, no matter.
Moving out.
Onwards!
Standing
Ooh, we've leveled up again with this bad boy.
Station.
I'm going to go with better defences. In fact, we'll do 2 better defences. We haven't gone for Temporal Shockwave with it this time, because I feel that while the Temporal Shockwave is relatively useful, it's not so useful that it should
Red alert.
be given credence.
Engage.
Well, let's move all of our fighters back.
Squadron reporting, Captain.
Because they're chasing this little Bentar squadron. I don't know what this Bentar squadron's doing all the way out here. It's absolutely silly.
New heading confirmed.
Absolutely ridiculous. It's something that I've seen a lot more of since the Sins 1.94 update. Now, whether this is as a result of Sins 1.94 or it's something that I've done with Star Trek Armada 3, highly debatable. Ooh, let's take out Selat Nor. I genuinely don't know. But in either case, it does appear that this whole shindig is now occurring, which is very, very frustrating, and I hope that it stops soon.
Station complete.
I am aware that it's something that that Blair Fraser is looking into, perhaps for his next mini update. Oh wow, that's a great deal of Hirogen. What are you all doing here, you sausages? Hello, Hirogen. Is this a Hirogen world? I don't think it is. It's not. Why on earth have we got so many here? I do like the Hirogen vessels. I always thought they were a great design. Particularly the larger ones, the ones that we've dubbed as the Vanatics.
Station complete.
I think they're going to be... Oh, here's the Vanatics. What a fantastic design they are. Lovely. Would you drive one of these? I would.
Station complete.
And this station may well go down before it even finishes constructing. I have a suspicion that it will. That's a big pile. There goes one of their defense stations. Their doctrine stations are falling. In come lots of torpedoes from our New Orleans. That might well end it. Yes, I had a feeling it would.
All sections ready.
Prepare the docking bays.
Look at that, there's another Bentar squadron over here that's just being ridiculous. Get back there.
Unable to comply. Station complete.
Stop moving into the void! Oh, hello. That is suddenly a lot of Kessock heavy cruisers that have appeared.
Divert power to weapons.
It's almost like they want to defend their world. Who'd have guessed? One Venatic still remains. Could finish that in short order. Let's grab our fighters.
Squadron reporting, Captain.
Oh, do you know what? Let's just let them do what they want. I'd almost like these Macan
Station
heavy raiders and these rapier cruisers and the Indatars and what have you. I'd almost like them to be destroyed so our fleet can go faster. Getting quite annoying. Quite annoying. Many of you have asked where you get the sonar vessels and or the Kessock vessels from. If playing as the Cardassians, it's the AR-52 Com Array. Now the AR-52 Com Array, typically speaking, if I go into our planetary logistics, it's usually found here or here. I can't remember which,
Station complete.
but in one of those positions you will find it. Let's
Station
just take a look at
complete.
how we're doing for refineries. We've got loads of them. So let's build another trade station. Why not? We are the Federation, renowned for our excellent trade facilities.
Standing by.
Right, finish off this planet. I have no more time for you.
Our colony has been lost.
Hey, what? What colony have we lost? And where? And why? I see no lost colony. Oh, sausagery.
Station complete.
Well, bugger. That's really quite frustrating. We have lost CS 125.
Complete.
I think we've lost that because of culture. Damn, that's rare. It's very difficult for the enemy to out-culture us. Well, what we'll do is we will... Ooh, what will we do? I think we need to take this gravity well specifically. And once we've done that, I don't think culture loss will be a problem. Damn.
Alert the crew.
Well done to my enemies. Well done indeed.
Prepare the colonists.
Let's get our Penryn class. Push it here.
New heading.
And we will also grab the Surak Envoy. We'll push him over here somewhere. Oh my, that's terrible music. I think not. There we go. Let's put some acceptable music on. Not having some auto-tuned gobbledygook. If you ever come into this situation where you tab out and tab back in and you've got all the grids, just tap Alt and that will make it go away. Let's make a couple of construction ships.
I'm Captain Benjamin Sisko.
I'm Captain Benjamin Sisko. Have you leveled up again, Saratoga? That's remarkable. Well, let's give you some better warp core.
Yes.
Some better warp core?
Construction is complete.
A better warp core. Thank you very much. Oh, look at that. Kessock hybrid. She's a beaut. I do love the Kessock hybrid design. Good old Bridge Commander. How we miss you. Several years ago there was an excellent looking game that was kind of intended to be a spiritual successor to Bridge Commander, I believe. I think it was called Excalibur? I want to say it was called Excalibur. Do correct me if I'm wrong, folks. But the game never fully came to fruition. In fact, I believe Max made a couple of models for them. I think specifically a couple of Dominion models. But sadly, it never got where it was supposed to go. Right, let's smash the culture here. Smash the culture. Then we'll push up here and we will retake this world. Hello, hello, hello.
Standing by.
I think not, lads. I absolutely think not, Aradnor. Sadly, construction will never finish. Another failed project by the Cardassian Union.
Station.
There it goes.
Reroute all auxiliary power to weapons.
Warp signatures detected.
Oh, got some enemy warp signatures coming in. Looks to be a Herodian raiding party. Not concerned.
Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.
We are oh so slowly just finishing our enemies off. Looks like more culture is going to be needed on our part. Federation, bunch of uncultured swines. Let's keep going with that culture. Then we should be able to get one more once this AR-52 is... Yes. There you go, very good.
Armed and ready.
We'll destroy these Bajor and freedom fighters.
Warp signatures detected.
Oh yes, I was segueing into Game of Thrones. Really enjoyed the episode. It's nice to see. Nice to see what happened in. I don't want to give you any spoilers, just in case you haven't had the opportunity to watch it yet. But it was a fun little episode. Wasn't one of those episodes where loads happen, of course, but it was a nice one. I enjoyed it. Right,
Moving out.
let's pop over here. Our Surak envoy should
Standing by. Alter course.
be about. We'll pop him over here.
Alter course.
Right, C75B as always. Let's get you here. And you, my lad. Get you here.
Station complete.
You going? Are you allowed? Yeah, you're going. Good. And I suppose we'll preemptively build another couple. Not really under heavy attack anyway. There's a Venatic battleship here, of course, but that's almost by the by. Enemy culture has dried up in this zone,
Construction is complete.
which is exactly what we need. 23% allegiance, not all that high. Hello, boys. That's a lot of defences you have there.
Standing by.
Unfortunately for you, all we need to do is destroy your envoy. Once we've destroyed the envoy, this all of this is going to start causing some problems to Islas Nor.
Acknowledge, Starfleet.
I'm going to need you to come over here. Well, that's not a good spot for you to be in. Nope, come this side of the gravity well. Wait for it, folks, wait for it. Oh, some cheeky defiant mines. There it goes, and let's see what kind of madness occurs over here. Oh, that's a spinal lance. Islas Nor has realised something awful is about to happen, and the Obsidian Order is no longer on your side, Islas Nor.
All sections ready.
Oh, magnificent stuff. Right, I suppose we should probably
Engaging hostile target.
try and destroy it.
Acknowledge, Starfleet.
Zorak Envoy, let's get you over here. Yep, you're coming into the right side of the gravity well now. What we'll do is we'll track it around here and pop it over this side.
All decks stand ready. Acknowledge, Starfleet.
In fact, we might just tell it to go straight there.
Initiate new attack pattern.
Hopefully it won't get destroyed. If it does, it does. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to let it make. We're going to lose ships here. A good amount of ships.
Crush them.
We do have a Dahil, of course. And we've got 6 of these. Where are you, fine fellows? Well, you're in position to fire. Why don't you just go into siege mode, because that's going to help. We've acquired this planet. Everything is going to switch to our allegiance. That's going to reduce the amount of fire in on us. And Islas Nor is having a torrid time. Look at this. This is bloody base madness. Oh, grumble, grumble, whinge, whinge, whine, whine. I know.
Unable to comply. Unable to comply.
Now, I was wondering, guys, if you, as an audience, would be interested in getting a hints and tips segment that I do for Star Trek Armada 3. I know that a bunch of you in the past have struggled economically with Star Trek Armada 3.
Standing by.
And I can understand why. I do fully appreciate why that might be the case. Right, there we go. Let's revert to coming over here. Looks like there's some sausagery going on over here. Oh, it's Gul Damar being a sausage. Of course it is. Who else would it be? There we go, and our culture is now really spreading, taking over.
Station complete.
And our whole fleet is going to go where it needs to be. Let's see what we can do. We've got the systemic cascade, of course. Target, and it says the Obsidian Order infiltrates the command codes of target enemy vessels and disables them temporarily, allowing their attackers an advantage in combat. Now, what that does is it. Hopefully, we can actually show this off. Hello, Gul Damar. Systemic cascade has occurred. All these enemy ships have been disabled, and that's in a relatively wide cone. About 6,000. See that this one's disabled as well, as is this one over here. Excellent if you're just about to go into a battle. Now, don't you worry your pretty little heads. You can also do that if you have the Obsidian Order to your allies. If your allies are temporary and you think you want to gain an advantage in combat, you can hurt your allies right before you betray them. What do you think of that? Right, it looks like we've got some similar fun over here. So let's move the fleet over here. We will destroy the Qurat Envoy. But what we might do is we might choose our fighters here.
Squadron reporting.
All squadrons, Qurat Envoy, please. I'm in the wrong system. Go.
Moving to intercept.
Everyone intercept the Qurat Envoy. Regulag. I would like you to build me a Surak Envoy, if you please. Or even if you don't, please. We do have a new C-75B over here. Let's get that built in order to support our allies. And we're going to preemptively come over here and start building a start base here too. I think probably here's going to be the right spot. That poor envoy is taking what you might describe as a pasting. Right, you can't even see it anymore because of all the explosions. Well done, fighters, well done. And some devils, you.
Acknowledge, Starfleet.
There we go. And soon Eyeless Nor will understand and realise the peril that it's in, and it has. The K2 Retaliator turrets have opened up on it. Our enemies will be re-educated. What is this sausagery? I'm so angry with it. Probably doesn't deserve that poor treatment from me, but it's gonna get it. Regular, is that you where I built the envoy?
Complete.
So you are. Let's get our envoy over.
Reroute power to weapons.
Standing by.
Awaiting orders.
Alright, if we hold Alt down, we'll be able to see the firing radius.
Steady as she goes.
Let's get the ships just about
Steady
here.
as she goes.
Hopefully we'll be within range to fire on Begrot Nor. That's ultimately what we want and need to do. All fighters, rather than concentrating on ships, please concentrate on Begrot Nor.
Station complete.
Awaiting orders.
You're just being silly now. You have debased yourself.
Change heading.
In fact, we're already in range to fire on Begrot Nor. So let's engage our siege mode right about now. All those of you who can, fire on Begrot Nor. That should resolve the problem. Receiving attacks anywhere else? No, we're not. I think we've broken the enemy now. In fact, did we destroy... Yes, the First Order is dead. I thought they were. I didn't even stop to check. Isn't that cruel? Are we not terrible individuals? Well, maybe now's a good time to just generally power up our people, and we will of course use the destruction over here, and we'll push some Tal Shar in as well. Where's our Penryn class hiding? Presume it's over here. There you are, you magnificent beast. Let's get you over here, recolonize this world. And Ducat's about to die again. The many deaths of Ducat. Are you their capital? Monarch? I think Monarch is their capital. And if not, why not?
Ship at full readiness.
Oh, it appears that we've allowed our fleet to go in, which has resulted in the deaths of many.
Give the word.
Come out of siege mode, please.
All
I think
sections
that station's...
ready.
yeah, that station has fallen. Let's push ourselves onwards to Monarch. Keep pushing, ladies and gentlemen. Keep pushing.
Unable to comply.
Excellent. Now, what can we do? Let's do a rite of passage. And we will also do some slaving raids, because why not? This will be fun. What you will see is periodically you'll see loads of these Nausicaan light raiders turning up over and over and over again. And raiding any enemies that they see fit to do so. Now, of course, they won't raid us, but they will raid our enemies.
Armed and ready.
Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.
Alter course.
Why aren't you going with a fleet? Go with a fleet.
Helm, new course heading.
How bizarre. Here goes another raid. Look at them go! Yes! Nausicaans, you monsters. Oh, a Decora Marauder.
Station complete.
Although it's owned by the Sheliak, maybe the Ferengi have sold it to them. Look at all these Nausicaans, oh my.
Station complete.
But our culture is even pushing towards Monarch now. We've retaken this world.
Unable to comply. Unable to comply.
Is there anything that we failed to build that we would like to? No, all looks well here.
Standing by.
All craft, push onwards. Looks like there's a fairly significant build-up of enemies at Gorales. They seem to be mostly taking care of the Tal Shiar that we sent over. Sorry, sorry.
Station complete.
Obsidian Order. Let's see what we can do with you. Let's take a look at Monarch. You are the enemy capital, of course you are. And let's use our sabotage activation to take out Union Central Command. My god, we're terrible people. Nothing that we can do with the Tal Shiar at the moment. Let's just take a look at perhaps these boys over here. Because we already have oversight of Monarch, let's destroy something else. Their missile shipyard, I think. Don't want them getting one of... Oh, we could have taken out the Tane prototype dock instead, but we didn't.
Warp speed.
All wings, return to hangar.
Can't believe we haven't won yet.
Authorized. Take us to war.
Armed and ready.
Armed and ready indeed. Everyone go for Epoch Nor.
Awaiting orders.
Those of you who can be, you are already in range. Please do engage siege mode and attack Epoch Nor. This is going to result in some pain to some of our ships. But the station must fall. It must fall. The enemy capital, Monarch. We are ready. Their shipyards will fall. Their capacity will end. The Cardassians they're the only faction that has a Nor-type station as their starting station. Now the Nor-type station is technically the Cardassians' outpost because the Evus, or indeed the Monarch class, are their proper star bases. This specifically is a buffed variant. So this is better than the standard one, or could be. It doesn't look like they've upgraded it all the way, which is good for us. Looks like it's just about to die. Okay, we can come out of siege mode.
We stand prepared.
We do indeed stand prepared. Well, why don't you just push through?
Weapons and fire.
It looks like we've got some lovely friendly allies. The Norsicans have turned up here. They've turned up over here. They turned up anywhere else yet? No. Norsicans are going to be all over the place very, very soon. This stupidity is still occurring, though.
Enemy
God, look at the
engaged.
amount of cash that we have. Unreal. 476. 400. My income is absolutely insane. And that's what you can do. You can do this as any race, folks. I know a lot of you struggle when it comes to finances, so do tell me if you want a proper tutorial on how to economically build a faction in Star Trek Armada 3. I know Star Trek Armada 3 is harder than most. I'm very, very aware of that. Most other mods are a little bit more forgiving when it comes to your finances, and STA 3 could be bad for some players who haven't economically prepared for it, because you can go into the negatives in STA 3, which means you can have an absolutely torrid time. But as you can see, you can get a lot of income should you choose to plan economically the right way. And that also goes for your titanium and indeed for your dilithium. Got 53 and 54 respectively. And I am, as you can see, at maximum fleet capacity. And we have 38% upkeep plus all the upkeep from each individual ship for the Federation here.
Warp signatures detected.
Norsicans, I presume, are just making a little nuisance of themselves over here. Of course they are. Oh. Right, we'll take Monarch. While I recognise that there are probably enemy colonies both here and here, we will actually progress westwards. We'll take Toros, and then we'll try and take Goralis. And I think that will actually end their threat. Several military stations here. We can weaken them by destroying those, and indeed we will. But not until we've ended their capital. I want to see that military victory screen. We're at 53 minutes at the moment. Should we stretch this to an hour and a half? Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm keen to start the next series. I'm pretty keen to start the next series. We'll stretch it. We will stretch it until we've won. Today will be the death knell for the Cardassians. Or, of course, they're very peaceful, bringing them into the Federation. Ish. So peaceful.
Bring all weapons to bear.
Right. Colony has fallen. Got some Maquis.
Squadron reporting.
Of course we've got Maquis.
Prep all
Let's grab our
systems.
Penryn class. We will take this world as our own.
Increase power to engines.
Norsicans are having a bit of a fun time over there.
Enemy
There's a lot of enemy culture stations over at Toros.
Prepare the docking bays.
Enemy culture is pushing back here, so it doesn't appear that they have culture stations here. It looks like they might well have here. Oh, rogue Cardassians as well. So the Maquis are attacking, and also there are several rogue Cardassians that are no longer associated with their former masters. I love it. Once we've taken those military labs, things are going to look quite nice. Because the enemy will simply be weaker. If you destroy military labs of your enemies, now this is particularly useful against the Borg, I find, by raiding, then their weapons get weaker. They generally get weaker. So everything that we do now, it increases our power and it weakens our enemies. So let's see what's happening over here. They've got another Evas starbase over here. We have taken Monarch as our own. Now what we will do is we will, of course, get everything that we possibly can here. And we're going to social spec this world. And this world is going to become a bastion of subspace relays.
Insufficient research.
Standing by.
Kill the remaining stations, lads. Come on.
Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.
Ironically, it will become our cultural hub in this region. So you're pushing back culture here, here. Oh yes, it's happening. Still looks fairly well contested, though. I feel concerned for our Penryn class.
All sections ready.
You honor my house.
Squadron reporting, Captain.
Run,
Increase power
Penryn!
to engines.
You are taking a pasting. I really don't want the Penryn to die.
Activated.
A Tyrellian vessel is heading... Oh,
Enemy engaged.
interesting. Oh, hello. Cardassia appears to be under... Oh, no. Of course it doesn't. It's all this sausagery over here. Well, the enemy fleet do appear to slowly be coming back, which is nice.
Station.
Well, that could be good if they actually get back there.
Squadron reporting.
Fighters, why don't you just come back home? A small Nausicaan fleet has headed to Garalis. But that's going to be a minor nuisance, I suppose. Is this the Tyrellian vessel? Oh no, these are some Mondors that have decided they want to fight. They're very fun if you can capture them, these Mondors.
Station complete.
They are difficult to capture, though.
Awaiting orders.
Why don't we
weapons?
destroy that station? Silly that you haven't done so at this point. Why? Garalis, this is a huge amount of ships. The Nausicans have gone in force. I love it. Can we get them to do some more? We can. More slaving raids, please. Let's double down on the enemy's agony. Beautiful. Let's sabotage something of theirs, shall we? Let's take out one of their turrets. Let's power our ships up. We could use the Obsidian Order as well. Let's use the Obsidian Order. Continue to Garalis. Let's use a systemic cascade on enemy ships. There doesn't really seem to be one. That's a Rin class constructor. Doesn't seem all that necessary, does it?
Station complete.
We'll take out their... one of these. Oh, look at that. They're going to be having a bad time. Alright, fleet.
Helm. New
Progress to Tauros. We're not even really going to leave many defences behind here. I suppose we will build a few torpedo turrets. Just as a token defense.
Station complete. Insufficient research.
Standing by.
The amount of these... The Nausicans have become a power to behold. Under our tutelage. Federation membership sits well with them. Oh, so well.
Engines to full.
Prepare the docking bays.
Squadron reporting, Captain. Moving to intercept.
Oh, more slaving raids just moving outwards. They'll be helping us.
Acknowledge, Starfleet.
Right, as always,
Give the word.
you know what you need to do. Let's get you here,
Change heading.
and we will take out this pesky station. Pera Nor.
Alter course. Steady as she goes. Alter course. Steady as she goes.
Once again, there will be losses, but they're losses I'm willing to allow for.
Warp signatures detected.
Change heading. Alter course.
Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.
Alter course. Steady as she goes. Change heading.
Alright, they're well in range now. Let's engage siege mode. Go for Peranor, if you please. This is something else that people struggle with in Star Trek Armada 3, star bases. Okay, might be a useful subject for a tactics video when it comes to siege vessels. Let's see what's happening over at Corrales. With the raiding fleet of ages. I think there are going to be more there soon as well. Yeah, you can see that more are going in. Small enemy fleet here, but it looks like... Oh my, the Nausicans will be helping fairly substantially with that. I'm surprised that the enemy didn't use Nausicans more. They really should have. As you can see the amount of disruption that such a huge raiding fleet must cause. Costs a lot of money. It does cost. Is that the death knell of Peranor? No, not quite. That was something else. Oh, the amount of fire. The Nautilus, what a great name. I'm sorry, I barely concentrated at all on watching combat in this episode. That's no good at all, is it?
Station complete.
But our fleet is doing what must be done. We're so close to victory. I can taste it.
Standing by.
We'll destroy these little bits and bobs here, and then we will go back and we will raise the planet to the ground. Oh, look, a Kulinor. The Sharar. Hasn't got a lot of health left, though. I don't know how much help you will be, sir. And still the Nausicaans cause massive disruption. Over at Goralis. Goralis appears to be under siege, quite literally, by the winged defenders. While the planet can't fall because of the auxiliary government posted by Kezron Nor, it must be quite an inconvenience to the population of the planet, I suspect.
Station
Quite an
complete.
inconvenience. Now over here we will build ourselves another envoy. Because we'll try and take Tevrak, I suppose.
All sections report. Divert power to weapons.
There we go, looks like everything over here is dead.
Bring all weapons to bear.
Our culture is just absolutely rinsing it this way now.
Standing by.
Enemy culture? What enemy culture?
Prepare the docking bays.
Squadron reporting, Captain.
No squadrons, you come home.
Captain.
And look, more raiding fleets are progressing forward. I wonder if there's a station. Of course there's a station here. Why wouldn't there be a station here?
Station complete. Planetary system detected.
Surak Envoy. Let's see if there's any way that we can do this easily.
Unable to comply.
That's not a Surak Envoy. I clicked on the wrong thing.
Acknowledge, Starfleet.
Let's pretend that didn't happen.
Alter course.
Right, you're going to go here. You're going to go right into the jaws of the enemy, which is perhaps not ideal.
Understood.
So,
Alter
I'm
course.
going to ask you to come in and then sidle outwards. And then hopefully we'll get away with that.
Armed and ready.
Enemy engaged.
It's going to take us a moment to destroy Toros. Wonder what artifact it's got. Oh, here we go. Let's take a look at Atbar, shall we? Their allegiance is pretty good in the great scheme of things. Maybe that their capital is right there. Yeah, we're not taking them down allegiance-wise.
Station.
Mind you, we haven't... have we completed all of these subspace relays? We have. They're holding very well.
Standing by.
Oh, we might be getting away with it.
Acknowledge, Starfleet.
Oh, no, we're under fire.
Changing heading.
Run! Taurus is going down. More disruption is being caused at the Herogen held world. Certainly not a Herogen home world. You gonna live? It looks like you are. Let's get you over here.
Changing heading. Alter course.
Yellow alert activated.
A peculiar transport vessel has been detected. Well, let's not worry about that.
Station complete.
Prepare the docking bays.
Keep shooting. I wonder if we'll have to go back to Atbar. Is this going to end up as a 2-hour episode?
Station
Oh, look!
complete.
The Korra Envoy is actually being actively attacked. If that goes down, then the Herogen automatically become a house, and we're going to start sending raids towards our enemies. That'll be fun. Toros, nearly down. That cool all back and forth as usual. Oh, I'm going to have a coffee here. Sorry, folks.
Complete.
Awful, awful. I apologise. Our envoy is still taking a pasting, but it's not going to die like that.
Station complete. Enemy engaged.
Ah, we've ended this world. Over at Monarch.
All sections on standby.
Did our Penryn class
Station
die?
Complete.
All sections
Nope,
ready.
everything's okay.
Prepare the docking bays.
Ready for action.
There she is.
Bring us about.
Oh, you guys are still in siege mode. Off you go. Ah, looks like some Breen privateers have turned up.
Acknowledge, Starfleet.
Right then, fleet. Now is your time. Push forward. Hopefully we'll be able to go straight through those Herojans.
Complete.
Herojans? Herogen. And I do think we're going to take out that Korak class envoy. So let's bring our Surak in.
Colonization was successful.
Changing heading.
There we go. We've colonised this world.
Unable to comply.
Do what we must.
Unable to comply.
We're going to social spec her again.
To comply. Unable to comply.
We'll build a trade station because I always feel guilty when I don't. And then the rest, once again, is going to be dedicated to oodles of culture. Oodles of it! Not even sure if I want to build defense. Oh, I should. We are the Federation, after all. It's very important that we defend our colonies. Citizens are valued.
Corp signatures
So-
detected. Insufficient research.
Armed and ready.
Let's see if the Herogen are now independent.
Enemy vessels engaged.
Let's take the Herogen for ourselves. Goralis is now the target, the main target of opportunity.
Who's standing by?
Fleet, change your mind about where you're going. You're off to Goralis.
Full.
We have another cheeky raid.
Enemy
Oh, we can.
engaged.
Tavak is now ours. Let's take Herogen coils. Let's push our fleet again.
Station
Boop,
complete.
boop. Let's use our capacity to bring in more Tal Shiar. Let's destroy the population of the colony. Yes. Obsidian Order. What can you do, Obsidian Order? Well, let's have you destroy one of their combat thingamajiggies. Section 31. Let's have you destroy something over at Goralis as well. Possibly their E7 maintenance dock. Repairings for
Station
chumps.
Complete.
I do have a really nasty cold. I'm sorry, folks. Lots of coughing and spluttering in this episode. Sure, that's exactly what you signed up for, right? Oh, the allegiance is slowly going down at Upper.
Station complete.
New heading confirmed. Engaging.
Alright, let's bring in the fleets to destroy the defense platforms. While at the same time, let's hold Alt.
Alter
Bring
course.
you right here.
Change heading. Change
because
heading.
we must destroy this Eva starbase. We're so close, guys. So close. It's now occurring to me that we've been going for an hour and 14 minutes now. It is now occurring to me that we could perhaps have done this within the timescales of the original recording.
Station complete.
But hindsight is a beautiful thing, isn't it? Now let's get you in siege mode.
Enemy engaged.
Oh, Gorales, you're a thorn in our side for a long time.
Engaged.
All sections report.
Don't quite have the ship slots in order to call in a new battle group, but we'll probably do so.
Station complete.
Well, let's see how we do against Kezron Nor. I suspect we'll do well. And this planet will go down almost immediately.
Prep all systems.
Let's bring our Penryn class in. That planet will be
New
mine.
heading.
He's down at half health. Wow, she's going down like a sack of potatoes now. Oh, yes. There she goes. The planet has fallen.
Unable to comply.
Get over here.
Bring us about.
Bring the Penryn
New
in.
heading.
Standing by.
Disengage siege mode. And our culture is flooding in.
Prep all systems.
Afnar is... That's a serious assault right there. That is a serious assault.
Yellow alert.
Let's take Gorales. Plasma Storm is heading towards the Badlands sector. Nothing I'm too concerned about there.
Colonization was successful.
Right, fleet. Straight to Afnar, please.
Unable to comply. Unable to comply.
Build ourselves a refinery over here, a trade station,
Station complete.
and more culture. All of the culture.
Unable to build.
We're the Federation, no one will out-culture us. And then just some low-level protection. There we are. Right, the fleet is now on its way. The Telshar here will deal with any stragglers. And let's fast forward the game, shall we? Use that by doing the plus and minus buttons. It does make it really
Enemy
choppy at
engaged.
times. Really quite choppy. As you can
Station
probably see.
complete.
Acknowledge, Starfleet.
Let's engage in some more slaving raids, shall we?
Station complete.
Telshar, have you regenerated yet? Not quite. But what we will do is...
Station complete.
Oh god, the chop is real. Let's kill everyone on off now. On Atbar, excuse me.
Station complete.
There they go, population 0 of 80. We're almost there.
Station complete.
Blimey, it's kicking off here. Once our fleet arrives, we will, of course, slow the game back down. Dalshar, in you go. Oh, there's a fleet. Slow it back down. Our Cardassian brethren, what can you do? Well, you can destroy this defensive structure.
Port signatures detected. Enemy engaged.
Kessak, why don't you improve us?
Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.
Erosion friends. Better coils. Suggest this as a target.
Change heading.
My, we are monstrous.
Station complete.
Suggest this defensive structure as a target.
All sections.
Everyone who can, take them out.
Prepare the docking bays.
Tal Shiar are here, the Nausicaans are here. The fight is on. The Federation have co-opted everything in the galaxy. Did we study wormhole travel?
Enemy vessels engaged.
I wonder if the enemy have got something beyond the wormhole. That'd be interesting.
Station complete.
That would be interesting, because it would mean it's not the end. Look at the strength and breadth of the bombing that is occurring.
Red alert. Enemy vessels engaged.
Over at Goralis, we will take our
Helm. New
Penryn class over here to
Unable to comply.
colonize this world,
power to engines.
and then we will go here to question mark.
Bring us about.
And if all else fails, we will go through the wormhole and see what's going on. Because the enemy have still not surrendered. I don't know why.
Bring us about.
Standing by.
Fleet,
New heading.
push forward.
confirmed.
Status report.
Do we have a sneaky class somewhere near the Bajoran wormhole? Well, why don't we just build a Miranda over here? Ah, let's build a brace of Mirandas.
Unable to comply.
And we will send them through the Bajoran wormhole. Here's our Penryn.
Stations. Acknowledge Starfleet. Battle stations. Battle stations.
Colonization was successful.
Standing by.
Engines to full.
Get through the wormhole. Let's see if there's anything there.
Planetary system detected.
Ah, here's their capital.
Acknowledge Starfleet.
Bomb it into dust.
Standing by.
Unable to comply. Unable to
One thing I would like to see is what else did we receive from the Science Council? Anything good? Voth Spatial Relay Drive? And the Preserver Star Citadel. I think we may have already had that though. Let's check. Well, you haven't researched it fully yet. Where was there another one?
Acknowledge Starfleet.
Was it Goralis? We don't know what that is yet.
Standing by.
We'll know soon.
Station complete.
Lock weapons.
This is their death knell. I believe that this should be the end. Should. May not be. If the purples have managed to sneak their way through the Bajoran wormhole.
Standing by.
Which stands to reason, given that they're supposed to be the Dominion. They ended up as the Cardassians, and the Cardassians ended up as the Dominion. You don't have any control over that as a player, sadly. Quite frustrating. Looks like the wormhole is cosmetic. This is their final stand. I thought we'd made a second star system way out there somewhere, but clearly I must have been wrong.
Station complete.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. 1 hour and 25 minutes. Yep, just shy of the hour and a half that it would otherwise have been.
Station complete.
Well, folks. Well. I really hope you enjoyed this series. I know I have. I had to take a couple of days off there towards the end. I hope you don't mind that short interruption in your enjoyment. But we have won. The Federation is victorious. The Alpha and Beta quadrants are at peace. Finally, we are at peace. Let's zoom away from all the explosions. But what we will do is we know that we are playing Ascendancy for the next Sins series, Star Wars Ascendancy. I would like you to navigate to my community tab as and when you have the opportunity, and I would like you to cast your vote for the race that you would like to see me play as in there. I will put the options in and you can just cast your vote. That would be really lovely of you. As always, any comments on here I will try and respond to. If you have any questions about the mechanics of Star Trek Armada 3 or indeed any other Sins mod, I've played most of them, so I've got a fairly good idea about a good amount of them. Feel free to do so, and of course, do hit the like button if you enjoyed this series. It helps the channel immensely. The more likes and comments a content creator has, the more likely they are to be suggested to new viewers. So if you like me and you want to support my channel in some minor way, hit the like button. Do drop me a little comment. I'm always very interested in seeing them. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this series. It's been great fun to record, and I hope it's been fun for you to watch. I'll see you in the next series.